As the Associate Director of Shopee Philippines, he is responsible for data analytics, strategic planning, and budgeting. And prior to joining Shopee, he held various roles in Credit Suisse in both Singapore and London, and most recently as the Vice President for Fixed Income Strategies in Singapore. He graduated magna cum laude with a dual degree from the University of Pennsylvania, and he holds a Bachelor's of Economics from the Wharton School of Business and a Bachelor of Applied Science from the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Martin Yu.
Good afternoon, everybody. So thanks for coming out. It's really an honor for me to be talking to you all today. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Shopee and how we're changing e-commerce. And it's really a brief introduction. And I'll break it down actually to 3 parts. The first, I'm going to talk a little bit about the industry. And then I'll talk about Shopee and then how we help digitize MSMEs. Okay, so I'll start right into it. So the first step, I think you've seen a few of these numbers earlier. I'll move over here. I think now we have 109 million people in the Philippines. Can you take a guess how many of them are active users of internet today? 60. I think some people had different numbers, but my latest number is actually at 70%. 70% of people are now actively using the internet through different means, right? But the next one is that 57% of the Philippine population actually use mobile devices to make purchases. Now, that's why, and I'll talk a little bit about our strategy in Shopee, but I'll break this down further, why we are looking at this space. That means with so many more people using mobile phones, we now have a very new empowered generation of customers who are now active online. They don't want to sit on a computer. Syempre, even you guys here, while watching me, you're using your cell phones. Diba? So there's so much you can do at the same time, right? And all in all, together, that means the industry that is e-commerce is growing very, very rapidly. So in 2015, actually, e-commerce in the Philippines was worth $0.5 billion. Last year, it was 1.5. That's 3 times. That means 3 times increase in the size of the industry of people buying online. With the increasing number of people becoming more comfortable buying online and more people using cell phones, the current forecast is by 2025, this industry will grow to $10 billion. Okay, and of course, that's a projection we're quite comfortable with. This is actually from a 2018 report done by Google and Temasek. So now knowing this as our backdrop of how large e-commerce has grown and how large it's going to grow, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about us, Shopee. You guys have heard about Shopee, tried it before? And I think it depends kasi when you learned about it, no? Was it Ann Curtis or Jose Marichan or was it Baby Shark? So Shopee, for those who still don't know, is actually the #1 shopping app in the Philippines. So if you go to Android or iOS, you'll see under the shopping category will be the #1 app on both of them. Just to give you a bit of a background, our parent company is actually C Group. So C Group is based in Singapore. And under C Group, we have a gaming company called Garena. So for those gamers, you should know Garena. And then we also have AirPay. And then there's us, Shopee. So just a brief background, we actually IPO'd in 2017. So we're a public company on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker of SE. So we're actually the only Greater Southeast Asian company of this scale, internet company of this scale that's done this successfully. We're available in 7 different countries in the region. So here's a couple of metrics. Last Q1, I think, we did $3.5 billion in GMV. So GMV is how much people have bought and sold basically on our app. So the equivalent value is $3.5 billion. We have over 280 million active listings on the app. And we also have over 8,000 employees across these 7 countries. And the Philippines alone is actually more than 1,000. Okay, and we're the #1 shopping app in almost all these countries. So This is the part I was talking about earlier. It depends where you heard about us. Because last year we had our first brand ambassador, which was Ann Curtis. And then we also had the 99 Super Shopping Day when we released the very interesting commercial that was similar to Shopee, to Baby Shark. So that's the Shopee TVC. And then we had Jose Mari Chan for 11/11 to 12/12 big Christmas sale. And earlier this year, we also had 3/3. And actually this year, well, that was a slide, we have Sarah Hieronimo as our brand ambassador. So where have we come since then? Our app actually has now over 30 million downloads. We have over 14 million listings here in the Philippines alone. And as I mentioned, it says more than 900, but actually now it's more than 1,000 employees in the Philippines alone. So we're very hyper-localized. Lahat ng ginagawa namin is targeted sa Filipinos. So we have a very, very focused office here in the Philippines. And everything we do on our marketing and campaign side is focused on targeting the consumers that are Filipinos. So syempre, there's a big celebrity culture here. So we have Celebrity Club. There are people who are very interested to only buy from brands. So we have Shopee Mall. And then there's Shopee Mart looking at household products or basically stuff you'd see in the supermarket. And Gadget Zone for electronics. And then, of course, we're targeting guys. And there's also overseas collections available on Shopee. And as a result of everything we've done over the years, we've actually grown in our partnerships. So we are working with a large array of partners now, ranging from different industries that could come from the FMCGs or the electronics. So basically, if you're looking to shop, I think it's definitely something I'd recommend. Please come to Shopee. You can find all these brands and many, many more. And we're looking to grow our partnerships more with other companies. And then I'll run through what differentiates us as Shopee, right? They're basically us as a mobile-focused app. We do a lot of our promotions, a lot of our features on social interaction. And one of this, of course, is the Shopee live chat. So for us, I think buying and selling is a very social thing, right? You want to talk to your seller. So we have a product called live chat, so you can talk directly to your sellers. Furthermore, we help sellers with their payment options. So we have Shopee Wallet, COD. COD, of course, is very important for Philippines, especially. And then you can also pay by credit card, online banking, and many, many others. So that's part of the transaction process that we take care of already with the help of several partners, some of which spoke earlier. And we also have this other feature called Shopee Guarantee. Now, what's Shopee Guarantee? I'm sure a lot of people who may not have purchased before would have lots of questions about making their first purchase. Sabi nila, what's the chance that I could not get the product that I look for? So to solve these issues, we offer Shopee Guarantee. So Shopee Guarantee is when we basically hold the money in escrow while you purchase a product. And then you wait until both sides, the buyer and the seller, say they're happy with the transaction before the final exchange happens. So basically, we're protecting both buyers and sellers in the transaction. And of course, we work with a lot of great third-party logistics partners, which include Black Arrow and of course LBC. Basically, it's in our interest to make sure that the products that are sold by sellers are picked up straight from their warehouses or from their houses and go straight to the buyer. So that's something we already take care of to help the whole e-commerce transaction process. And of course, maraming mga questions when it comes to buying online. So we also offer customer support 24/7, and that's available on phone, email, or chat. I think, especially for a country where many people are just trying for the first time, it's very, very important to have this customer support. So I'll move to the third part, and really the focus of what I want to talk about is how we, Shopee, reach out to help digitize MSMEs. Or how do we help businesses go online? So actually we do this with two important areas. One is Shopee University, and the other is this ongoing seller support. Anyone here attended a Shopee University class before? Okay, at least we got a guy. Thank you. So Shop University is really how we reach out to people and tell them about shopping online. And we go through different levels of classes, the basics for people who have never sold online and just want to know the basics, and then there's intermediate and expert. It depends what stage you are. Kasi syempre, if you already start to sell online, sometimes you want to know, how do I reach out to more users? How do I use the other tools that are like Facebook and Google to drive users back into my app or my store? So we've actually did one quite recently, or last year with Facebook. So, Facebook has Facebook ads, and we can help collaborate with them to create a user journey that if you advertise your products, you basically lead it all the way to the Shopee store that you've set up, and you can close the purchase loop directly altogether. And there's many, many more of these type of classes, because it depends what's your strategy and how do you want to sell online. The other portion, of course, is our ongoing seller support. So we have our set of relationship managers and seller communities. So I think once you get online and you've set up your store, as you are quite aware, Shopee has a lot of campaigns. So I think you've heard about the recent 7/7, and we do double sales every month. We're about to do 9/9 on September 9th. And that's basically how the relationship managers reach out to sellers and tell them, how do you sell your product? What are products that people want? How do you make sure you have enough stock for your sale? And of course, seller communities, just because everyone likes to talk about their selling experience and buying experience, we help build these communities together via Facebook or many of the other social media apps. So here's just a few tips that we've given on what we think will help you succeed in e-commerce, right? And this is part of the lessons they do in the class. Of course, product selection is very important. You look for strategic partnerships. And just know that a lot of these users are always online via social media applications. That's how they know about your products. And so that's how we also help drive users to buy via social media and adopting a mobile-first strategy. So as I said earlier, more and more people are spending time on mobile phones instead of their computers now. So being on a platform that helps to be working with a mobile strategy is definitely the way forward. And so I'll end it off with a video, actually, who talks about some of our sellers and their experience with us. Assuming it works.
I'm Chuchi Corbeta, Shopee username Chesha.
I'm Mark Ranel Pambalan, Shopee username MK Fashion Shop. Pinakilala siya sa akin ng aking kaibigan na matagal ko na hindi nakikita. Ayun, una ko pa lang siyang nakita, na-inlove na ako. Sa isip ko lang, ganda man ito. Unang tinanong ko sa kanya kasi may katangkaran siya eh. Sabi ko, ang tangkad mo naman, anong height mo? Sabi niya gano'n sa akin, 5'5". Sabi ko, ang tangkad mo pala, ang taas mo. Paano ka nagkasya sa puso ko?
Nabigyan kami ng baby. Yun na yung baby namin ngayon, si Kay.
Ayun ang nagiging inspirasyon namin para magsumika pa sa buhay.
Dahil na rin sa anak namin, syempre dapat meron din kaming extra na kita pa. Yung time na yun, tinanong ako ni Mark, ano daw yung pwede kong inegosyo. Sabi niya, mag-post ka muna sa Facebook. O sige, mag-try ako mag-post. Magbaka sakali lang at least, if ever may order man. Yun nga, may mga inquiry. Pero wala naman akong benta. Sabi ko sa kanya, saan pa kaya tayo pwedeng mag-post? Nakita ko si Shopee. Sige, itry natin. Mag-upload tayo kahit isang photo or dalawa. Hanggang sa nadagdagan na siya. Mga ilang days, may nag-order na nga ng bag. Oh, yun syempre ang saya-saya namin naka-order ng isa. Simula na yun, hanggang sa dumami na yung benta namin.
Napakaganda ng features ng Shopee na Shopee Guarantee. Kasi si buyer at seller, protektado talaga. Si buyer, makakasigurado siya na yung in-order niya, makakarating sa kanya. Si seller naman, makakasigurado siya na mababayaran yung item na in-order sa kanya. Isa sa magandang feature pa ni Shopee. Kasi dahil sa live chat, pagka may gustong malaman si buyer, masasagot mo agad. Naiingatan agad namin yung customer namin. Siyempre, yung bilang buyer siguro, pagka inisip nila na lahat ng tanong nila nasasagot namin, umorder na sila sa amin. Napakaganda naman pala nitong seller, very accommodating and palaging sa atin,
Siguro sa lahat ng gustong mag-online shop, pwede niyong i-download yung app ni Shopee, at least at the same time, mapag-aralan niyo kung paano din kayo bumenta doon.
Dito na kayo sa Shopee na napakaganda ng mga features nila. Nung umpisa nga, akala ko, sabi ko sa kanya, sige, extra income lang. Pero ngayon, pwede na siyang bumuhay ng pamilya.
Nang dahil kay Shopee, palagi kong kasama yung family ko.
Nagkakaroon kami ng mas maraming oras at mas nagagabayan namin yung anak namin sa paglaki.
Thank you very much. May romance din pala sa Shopee.
Wow, thank you so much for that, Mr. Martin. You please stay on stage as we present to you our certificate of appreciation to be given by EBC President Ms. Weng de la Fuente and COO Ms. Pressy Gozum.